Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle, and today I have for you the Shotgunner build. It's a human build. There is some customization that you can do yourself, and I will suggest it based on your personal preference. So this is general build for every human that wants to run shotguns. It's by default compatible with like all shotgun type weapons, which includes harpoon gun, dragon, as the dragon is currently shotgun 2, it can be enclave plasma, and a lot more. Basically, with a recent definition for shotgun, it's everything that fires more than 3 projectiles. Therefore, there is lots of shotgun options. Without further ado, let's jump in. First, this is our special before implementation of the legendary perks. There is additional 20 special from legendary perks: endurance, intelligence, agility, luck, taking one for the team, and last one is up to you, whatever you want. You can use it to have even more perks equipped, or use some other perk that you like on legendary. I do have pick lock at this moment, but this is my swappable slot. Whatever I need, I equip in here. If you don't have all those legendary perks, don't worry, you are free to customize and remove something from the main build to make room for it. It is a finished endgame build, customization up to you. What do I have under strength? Some carry weight like arm skipper. There is no traveling pharmacy, as I'm using that as a legendary on my armor. There is not enough room, unfortunately, not enough room under strength. You would need to give up arm skipper if you need traveling pharmacy here. Blocker, very important for tankiness. Oh, and by the way, this build you can run full health on low health. Scatter shot, very good new perk for shotguns. 20% of the damage dealt to a limb applied to all limbs on your target. So you can aim for the head and very quickly cripple everything on your enemy. I have it set for VATS, although you can do a quick substitutes to run it without VATS if you prefer. But shotgun do excel with VATS, I'm not gonna lie, they do excel with VATS. Love the spread. We are using shotguns, so we have extra 30% range, handy for just 2 points, especially that shotguns do not really have perfect range by themselves. Easy target, this is huge, 75% bonus damage, basically after the first shot. As first shot cripples everything, second shot already carried this bonus with other bonuses like shotgun champ, 10% damage to crippled targets per projectile your weapon fires. In case of most shotguns, that's 8 projectiles, sometimes more, sometimes a little bit less, but that's like additional 80% bonus damage. So just those 2 cards, you have 160% bonus damage. Easy, that's huge, that's huge. Then we have perception number cruncher. This one works VATS, no VATS, works every time on every weapon, and it's already beneficent if weapon cost, AP cost is at least 15. I would not say it's good if your weapons are super cheap, and if you have all weapons that are like 10 or less AP cost, then you can swap it. But if you want to benefit from that, it's a great benefit for higher AP cost shotguns. Tormentor, additional damage per crippled limb your target has. Most targets will have at least 5 limbs, so at least 100% bonus damage. Fast fighter, we are using a lot of reload speed for the reasons of harpoon gun and the dragon mainly, and cold shoulder. Like all the best shotguns benefit from insane reload speed, so I went for the insane reload speed. Concentrated fire for VATS, damage in VATS and accuracy. Awareness, accuracy in VATS again. Ground pounder, reload. Again, reload and some accuracy outside of VATS. If you don't like VATS, concentrated fire and awareness, you will swap those 2 for smart shot and scoped up. You swap them, you're ready to go. Tank killer for most shotgun, not really needed, as they have so much damage that you don't need additional armor penetration for most part, for most enemies. How it exactly works, I covered that in older video about armor penetration effect. We'll try to link it somewhere here on the screen if I don't forget. You can check it out when you need and how much you need of armor penetration based on weapon damage. One extra bonus tip, if you don't want to aim for the weak spot, Santa Masochist is your friend. You equip this one, you swap something else for this one, and as well, it's important if you're farming the Guardian. If you want to farm the Guardian, that's your biggest friend. Endurance, we have some extra tankiness from Life Giver. Ironclad, rank 1 best value. Iron Stomach, Natural Resistance, it's all tankiness. Thirst Quencher for some extra AP. Fireproof for tankiness. Star Genes to keep our mutations. Charisma, Squad Maneuvers, not more movement speed. That's, in our case, 20% reload speed. And Travel Agent, when I need to travel, I equip it. It shouldn't be here now. Obviously, at this moment, I'm not over-encumbered, so at least I will not be over-encumbered. So we want strength in numbers. But good to keep in mind that the traveling perk lets you fast travel even when over-encumbered. So I'm just swapping wherever I need to fast travel after looting back to my camp. I switch this one card. Under Intelligence, we have First Aid for healing. Demo Expert, that only for explosives. If you don't use explosive, alternative options in here will be stabilized if you are using heavy shotguns like Harpoon or Pepper Shaker. Those are heavy shotguns. Or if you choose to play Bloodied and go low health, you would like to equip Nerd Rage, and as well you will have 1.3, so you can add Scrapper or something. I have Cryologist, that for cryo shotguns, like Harpoon again, and Cold Shoulder, both amazing shotguns. Patches included to carry my ammo. If you don't carry lots of energy ammo, you do not need it. Agility, Modern Renegade, that's for limb damage. Limb damage incredibly important in case of a shotgunner build. Faster you cripple every limb, faster you get this huge damage bonus. Gunrunner, in our case for reload speed. Enforcer, crippling even faster, stacks with Modern Renegade. Escape Artist for a little bit of sneaking that we may utilize with a combat shotgun that's suppressed. Adrenaline, huge damage boost. Full kill streak, 100%. On top of that, Mutation does the same thing, 162%. Luck, Bloody Mess for extra damage with all the shotgun VATs or non-VATs. Then we do have spec for VATs, so better criticals, critical savvy, and one gun armies for heavy, like Pepper Shaker, and Harpoon Gun. Doesn't work for regular shotguns, so if you don't plan to use heavy shotguns, you can swap this one. If you don't plan to use VATs at all, you have a lot of stuff that you can swap. Alternative options that you may be using are all the perks for collecting stuff. You can run Class Freak, that's very handy for your mutations. I have lots of serums, so I run serums. If you don't have lots of serums, swap one gun army or better criticals for the Class Freak. You can consider good with Salt to carry more food for longer. Grim Reaper Sprint, but that's for VATs. Not a bad option for VATs. If you just need some filler, Luck of the Draw or Lucky Break is a filler. They don't do much. Sorry to say that. If you don't have anything to put under luck, just move those points and use them in other special category. It's up to you. This is what I'm running with for most of the time. I will switch if I want to absolutely max out for one of my weapons. Now, Mutations and our gear. Adrenal Reaction, this is a one for everyone. Everyone needs it. That kill streak, free damage for just a little bit of penalty to health. Bare Bones for extra agility and lower fall speed, that's important. Carnivore if you want a lazy mode. Herbivore if you want even more damage from the new unique T and critical damage bonuses. You may notice I have both. It was possible previously, I was just drinking serums, and after drinking both, I end up with both. I'm not removing them as I don't know how to get it back if I remove it. If you know how to, at current patch, apply both Carnivore and Herbivore, let me know. But there is one big downside. You need to keep popping serums every hour. Otherwise, food doesn't work at all if you have both. I'm currently a little bit tired of that, but I keep popping serums. Chameleon, there is no side effects. I used it for fishing. Eagle Eyes for more crit damage, more perception, so more accuracy. Egghead for more intelligence. Herd Mentality, basically free special. Marsupial for jumping. Scully Skin for tankiness. Speed Demon for reload speed mainly, and for movement speed that both stack with the perk we have. This movement speed is a reload speed too, so that's 65% reload speed total, thanks to the perk under perception. About the gear. For the armor, I like to run Unyielding when I'm low health, this extra special help. At this moment I'm full health, so I do not benefit from Unyielding. Second star, I have Luck, but I'm considering finding armor set with perception to see if that will help with my accuracy in any meaningful way if I push perception to crazy level. I do have food, drink, and camp weight reduction. I cannot play without it. That replaces 2 perks, one under strength, one under endurance, so that's very helpful for me. The 4-star is basically non-existent. This was nerfed, so I rarely use the reload from bashing, but it's here. So it's basically 3-star for all the purposes. I do have power armor as well, so that's my reflective power armor. 4-star is reflective, that just for tankiness. You don't really need it. The cool thing about it is Nocturnal, boosting my perception and agility while cloaked. I pair it up with a torso, with this torso that I modified with chameleon effect, with Stealth Boy torso, so activates invisibility while crouched. It's permanent invisibility when I crouch, if I'm being fired upon or not, so Nocturnal is active as long as I'm crouched. It's really cool power armor, if you don't mind using power armor. You use power armor and VATS, obviously it costs you fusion core, not only AP, so that's a downside. I like Nocturnal a lot. I will be crafting regular armor with Nocturnal and extra perception on 2nd star as well to see how well it goes, and I will give you a review. Maybe even I will try to craft one on the stream tomorrow. I really want to see how far I can push the perception for VATS accuracy purposes on armor. So I will be investigating that. About weapons, my favorite shotguns. Cold Shoulder, easily accessible, and very powerful. So Cold Shoulder. The Dragon. I have a skin on this one. That's Red Rocket the Dragon. Amazing shotgun with current patch. Just one requirement. It must be quad. Otherwise, it's useless. It must be quad. They all have perfect synergy with bullies, which is relatively easy to obtain, as from the raid you can learn a weapon that you then scrap to get bullies mods. So it's not too hard to get. Bullies is one of the easiest and cheapest of the 4-star, and perfect synergy with shotguns. Peppa Shaker quite good, mainly because of the skin. I'm joking, it is good, but skin is awesome. The skin is awesome, the new Season Pass skin. It is a heavy shotgun, lots of projectiles, so the bonuses go crazy when enemy is already crippled. One important note for shotguns: in order to achieve maximum crippling effect, it must be as much as possible ballistic damage. Energy damage has a huge penalty to your crippling ability. I don't know why is that the case, but there is a huge penalty. So you want as much shotguns with ballistic damage as it is possible. Like laser rifle will not perform as great, even though in theory it's a shotgun that's 5 projectiles with the splitter, but it's fully energy. So that will hit the performance. Gauss shotgun is quite good with those explosions, especially like the Bloodied version. The 2-shot version works nice too, especially if you want full health, then 2-shot will be your friend, but penalty to accuracy is quite noticeable from a 2-shot. In VATS, not as big of a deal. Outside of VATS it is, and it must be charged, so it's a little bit inconvenient. Let's jump for some combat, so see how this build perform. If you have a shotgun Enclave Plasma, you can use that too. And if you want stealth, combat shotgun works great. Yeah, there is more weapons possible. Best ones, Dragon, Cold Shoulder. My 2 favorite. And of course the Harpoon currently, Icebreaker from the Season Pass. Yeah, you know about this one. So let's see some performance of this build. I dropped health a little bit, so that will help me with VATS. Torso, please register. There it is. Torso, shotgun shot. Good old Cold Shoulder. Regular torso shot, almost killing level 100. Senta Masochist, if I would equip, that would be enough to kill. And if you want to go for a headshot... Oh, there's no more? Okay, if you want to go for a headshot, the biggest downside of regular shotguns, as you may see, it's accuracy. They need to be relatively close. That's why I want to test. Oh, come on, this bug now when I'm trying to showcase something. It's not really happening as often as it seems from this video. And where is... Oh, there is a Scourge Beast. So can good old Cold Shoulder do damage to the Scourge Beast? I mean, it's showing numbers. Now, can the damage register? Finally, some damage going in. So yeah, it can, and slow motion Scourge Beast falling down. So Cold Shoulder, that's my really good gun for relatively close combat. Now, why do I love the dragon? Look at that. That's why I love the dragon. Quite far away, I can get perfect hits to the head. That's a nice distance, and in Gauss I have 95% chance with a headshot. And look at this beautiful reload speed. Not a problem at all. The health bar is buggy, so I don't really know how much health I have, so I'm applying the stim packs. And now look at this Scourge Beast. Is that a good damage? I think that is. She survived. And my dragon broke. I should repair it before showcasing. Can I finish? Yes, no VATS finish. Just aiming down the side. Another one. Look at this. 1100 damage showing. And you need to multiply it by all the 4 projectiles. So it's over 4k damage. And I'm still being fired upon. Look at this beautiful accuracy when you go for the dragon. And the reload speed. With this build, all my shotguns reload quite nice, including the dragon after stacking the reload speed. Let me see one more Scourge Beast. One more Scourge Beast. We do have Legendary in here. Let's eliminate some of those Scourge. We'll get some bonus damage from kill streak. Accuracy. Love it. Like, the dragon is so good. You need to try it. You need to put your hands on the dragon, make it quad, and try it with this build. It's beautiful. You could go for explosive instead of limb damage, but I prefer limb damage. I strongly prefer limb damage. Now the Scourge Beast. Look at that. One shot, it's crippled. Then I pop a critical. Look how much damage it's doing. Look how much damage it's doing to this Scourge Beast. And she didn't even fire at me, so there was no taking one for the team in effect. Look at that. Finishing blow. There it is. 1800 multiplied by 4. This critical did almost 8k damage. One shot. Almost 8k damage. It could have been even more if she would attack me first. I have no idea how much health I have. Okay, 88, so it's not bad. And if you wonder how Gauss shotgun will perform with this build, here we go. This is beloved Gauss shotgun. You do need to charge it for best effect, unfortunately. The headshot, the torso shot, accuracy, most shotguns suffer from a lack of accuracy. But if it hits, it hits. Fully charged, if I just fire like that, most of the projectiles will miss, but damage is there. Every projectile that hits, you can see the damage. Let me see. That was just explosion, so he was grazed, not really hit. Now there are damage when he is getting hit. On the Scourge Beast, if we can get a critical... Oh, that was a torso. I should be aiming for the head. I spam quickly just to stack the concentrated fire accuracy. And then charge shots are doing really good damage. But charging mechanic, I'm not the biggest fan, as you may tell. I'm not the biggest fan of the charging mechanic. If you wonder why there is no Furious, I'm not using Onslaught. That's because under Agility, I do need to... Okay, my health is dropping. Under Agility, I do need to run the crippling barracks. That's where shotguns shine. If you cannot cripple your target, they will not shine. And I will show you the Peppa Shaker. We'll do a little bit of swap. Demo expert here for stabilized. To have maximum, as Peppa Shaker do not really have as crazy high damage per shot, so stabilized will benefit us. And now we can go with Peppa Shaker. Of course, stabilized do not work until I enter my power armor. So I need my Nocturnal. The power of Nocturnal with a Peppa Shaker. I'm afraid that I will have a little bit too low lag. Yeah, a little bit too low lag. I would need to switch some reflective to limit breaking that I don't want to do. I would need to be using a lag boost from my camp or food that I'm currently not running. So the damage would be a little bit better, possibly a little bit better. But look at the accuracy. Look how accurate it is with all those perks that have been added. And with power armor, of course, this is a power armor with gimbal bracers that improves accuracy even further. I don't know where it did... Oh, there is the Scourge Beast. He's still flying around. Scourge Beast. I would like the final showcase. Unfortunately, I cannot show you every single weapon. There we go. So that's the Peppa Shaker. You can see how damage nicely accelerates as we go. And she's eliminated. Beautiful gun. The Peppa Shaker. If you want to be a heavy shotgunner running with a power armor. And I could be full health here. It doesn't matter for my damage. Doesn't matter. The low health was only for my unyielding armor. If I would heal, that's the same damage. I'm not running Bloodied. I have on this Peppa Shaker. What do I have on this Peppa Shaker? I have quad on it. Yes, I have quad on it. You could go for something else, like Bloodied will definitely increase my damage in this case scenario, and I low health, or two-shot would increase my damage in exchange for some accuracy, or you can even choose to be Junkie's build. It's valid now, 100% damage possible. A lot of options. I wish I could show you everything. As always, you can ask on live streams if you have any questions. This is the build for shotguns. They're way more powerful than they used to be in the past. I hope you will have fun. And yes, this build is absolutely compatible with the latest Icebreaker, but I already did dedicated video to show how it works and what it's best for. So you are able to see that. And that being said, thank you a lot for watching and see you all in the next one.